What if I told you? The world's first democracy made a decision so bad, it guaranteed its own collapse? What if I told you? Athens, at the height of its power, launched a massive invasion based on overconfidence, ignored warnings from its smartest general, and lost thousands of soldiers because they couldn't decide who was in charge. This isn't just a war story. This is the moment democracy backfired, and it changed Greece forever. What's up? I'm the history dude, and today we're talking about Athens. Not the myth, not the philosophy, not the Parthenon. We're talking about the Athenian Empire, how it rose, how it dominated, and how it collapsed, partly because of its own decisions. After defeating Persia in the early 5th century BC, Athens formed the Delian League, officially a defensive alliance against future Persian attacks. In reality, it became an Athenian empire. Member states paid tribute. Athens controlled the navy. If a city tried to leave, Athens sent ships and forced them back in. The treasury of the league was even moved from Delos to Athens. That's not alliance behavior, that's empire behavior. And Athens used that money to build monuments like the Parthenon under Pericles. Power was growing, confidence was growing, and so was resentment. In 431 BC, war broke out between Athens and Sparta, the Peloponnesian War. Sparta dominated on land, Athens dominated at sea. Athens had walls connecting the city to its port, Piraeus. Their strategy? Avoid land battles, stay behind walls, use naval power, smart, until something went wrong. A plague hit Athens in 430 BC, possibly typhus or smallpox. Historians still debate. It killed a huge portion of the population, including Pericles, the steady, cautious leader. Now democracy was in full emotional mode, and that's where things get dangerous. In 415 BC, Athens voted on a massive military expedition to Sicily. The target? Syracuse, a powerful city-state allied with Sparta. Some leaders warned against it, most notably Nicias. He argued it was too risky, too far, too ambitious. So what did the Athenian assembly do? They voted for it anyway, and not just a small force. They sent one of the largest military expeditions in Greek history. Hundreds of ships, thousands of soldiers, across open sea, to conquer a distant city. Why? Overconfidence, imperial ambition, and the belief that Athens was unstoppable. The Sicilian expedition was a disaster. Commanders disagreed. Alcibiades, one of the leaders, was recalled to Athens over political accusations and defected to Sparta. Yes, one of their own generals switched sides. Nicias hesitated. Delays gave Syracuse time to prepare. Sparta sent help. The Athenian fleet became trapped in the harbor. Eventually, the entire expedition was destroyed. Thousands of Athenian soldiers were killed or enslaved. It was catastrophic. Ancient historian Thucydides describes it as nearly total annihilation. Athens had gambled everything and lost. After Sicily, Athens was weakened. Allies revolted. Sparta gained support. Persia even began backing Sparta financially. Inside Athens, political chaos. At one point, democracy was briefly replaced by an oligarchy. The 400, then restored. Instability, fear, panic. By 404 BC, Sparta defeated Athens. The Athenian Empire collapsed. Democracy temporarily ended. Their navy was dismantled, walls torn down. The superpower of the Greek world, brought down largely by its own strategic gamble. So what ended Athens' empire? Not just Sparta, not just plague, not just Persia. It was overreach, a democracy fueled by pride, a vote driven by emotion and ambition. The Sicilian expedition wasn't forced. It wasn't defensive. It was chosen. That's the wild part. Athens voted itself into disaster. Athens gave the world democracy, philosophy, theater, architecture, naval dominance. But it also proved something uncomfortable. A powerful society can make catastrophic decisions if confidence turns into arrogance, if debate turns into momentum, if ambition outruns strategy. Athens didn't collapse overnight. It eroded, and one vote accelerated it. Subscribe if you want history that's accurate, but feels like a thriller. This is the history dude. And history, it's rarely destroyed from the outside alone.